gotta marry.
I didn't
No,
say that. I didn't say that.
You can't compromise with your wife.
But you don't love somebody before you marry them?
You can't do that. Huh?
You don't love somebody before you marry them?
Don't love someone before you marry them.
What you want, yeah. We just chillin' by the Wild Wives. Lemonade with the large fries. Puff twice for the calm high. Hey, what you want, yeah. Big checks make the bank bounce. Old school kitty paint down. Bad chicks, they from down south. Hey, what you want, yeah.
1, 2. Oh, you gonna do it with me? 1. You can do it with me. 1, 2.
Wait. I want to do it after.
Do it after?
Oh yeah. Just clap.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, BQ Quick Review. I'm your host, BQ. And today we are going to be talking about a subject of how important is marriage? Okay? How important is marriage? So, this is the segment of my show where I talk about a particular topic and I bring on a guest to talk about that topic with me to give me and you guys their experiences and their opinion. So, thank you, Makita, for being on this show and to talk about how important is marriage. I honestly don't feel like marriage is important. I don't feel like marriage is as important as people make it out to be. And because all of the things that you do in a marriage, you can do outside of a relationship. And the only thing that a marriage does is include yourself into a government tie where if stuff break off, the person can get half of your money. And then it's hard to just break off with each other. And it's just like, the only good thing I can see from marriage is with your taxes and also with just like you can't easily just break off stuff. You have to kind of work through things because you guys are married. It forces you to work through things. That's the thing. But if a person is just truly bad for you and you're just not compatible with that person, then marriage is not good. And I don't think that a person should get married until these are the steps for me to get married, and this is just me. I don't know, maybe the rest of you guys are different because I see a lot of guys getting married very quickly, and I'm just like,
where they at?
What the I see you guys getting married very quickly, and I'm just like, what the hell? So, one thing, I feel like you should be dating for a while, for a couple years before you get married. 2, you should be living with each other for a while, because a person, while you're living with each other, you see every aspect of their life and you see just how they are and things you don't like and things you do like, over time. And people change over time too. That's why I said you should be dating over a couple of years too before you get married. And people just skip those 2 fucking steps. So that's why 50% of marriages fail statistically. So I think that you should go through that, be dating for a while, and you should be living with each other for a while. Those are the 2 steps. Then, once you get through that and you can see the person's flaws and you think like, okay, I can deal with this for the rest of my life, then you're like, okay, then you get married. But I feel like a lot of people skip that step. And, also, thirdly, if got another point, both of you, not just the guy, unless he's just super rich, and he can just take care of you and the kids if you guys have kids. The guy or both of you should be both financially stable before you guys get married. Yeah, and what I mean by financially stable is not that you both have a super amount of money, which I mean that financially stable is the both of you can take care of yourself, and if God forbid one of you died, you can take care of the kids. That's me. So, yeah, but with everything that I just said and mentioned, you can do without marriage, without a ring, without a wedding. So I don't think marriage is necessary. And yeah, she's been itching like to say something, so I'm gonna let you go on this, Makita.
Alright. Alright. Okay. Marriage is a business.
Okay.
When you get into a marriage, you gotta make sure this person has all their stuff together. So I agree with you. Just make sure they're financially stable and just make sure they got their stuff together before you get in a marriage. But I do think it's important. Mainly because it might not be important for men because in society, you know, you guys are like, when you don't get married, you guys are like the bachelors. You don't really have to, you know, you guys are free to roam and be with whoever you want to be. In society, women, we got a lot to deal with. If you're not married by a certain age, that society thinks there's something wrong with you. Or, you know, if, like, you know, like, things that society puts on women as a whole. But if you really care about that woman, if you really think she's worth it, if you think that she's financially stable enough, think that you guys could work together, you guys can have the same bank account, you know, it gives her security. I know you guys don't really, I know, like, most men I talk to don't really see it as important, but you guys put so much emphasis on a dollar bill. Mm-hmm. It's just a piece of paper. That's what we all do. Mm-hmm. It's just a piece of paper that we put so much emphasis on. You can put as much emphasis on a marriage license. So you make sure that that woman and your family gets what they need if something happens. You know, because anything can happen. Anything. It could mess up, or you guys could get divorced, or you could die. Not to be too negative. But
no, that's a very good point you brought up.
Yeah, marriage is important because at that point, you and that person that you love become one. Not only to yourselves, but to everybody else. Which is why marriage is important, because you're letting that person know, this woman is mine, right? You don't marry that woman, she could look somewhere else for somebody who would marry her and would make them hers. Well, hers theirs. Whatever you guys want to, however you guys want to put it. But it just makes it easier on the woman. And I think if you really care about her, if you want her to be stable, if you want her to be secure, you should marry her.
Okay. And that was a really good response and very good opinion on that. But I have to wholeheartedly disagree with you.
Oh, of course.
I have to wholeheartedly disagree with you. See, like, there's a few points that I have to like kind of break down and mention. Like the first thing, one of the things you said is that she could go on and look for somebody else. That can happen in a marriage. People cheat during a marriage. People have affairs and stuff and all that. That happens during a marriage. So like marriage, just because you have a ring and a wedding, it doesn't fix anything. A marriage doesn't fix anything in a relationship. It just makes it harder for you guys to separate. That's all it does, honestly. And as far as like the security thing, women want security, and that's a fair expectation. I understand that women want security because it's just like women want to protect her and provide her and stuff. But if that woman is not good for them, a real man will take care of their kids. They just don't want to be with that woman. And then marriage makes that hard when you are trying to separate. When it does work out and you do want to be with that person, it works out very good. Marriage, it works out very good. But marriage is more of a chain in most aspects, in my opinion, where it keeps the man it keeps the man or the woman in a place where they can't separate when they feel like they are not like getting what they want, or other person or the significant other is a bad person for them. That's what I feel like marriage is. So even all those things that you mentioned, that, you know, marriage is a very good thing and everything, and marriage can do this and that, all those things can be done without a ring and a paper.
That's what society does to you, man.
But
They make you think relationships is all butterflies and it's gonna be swift and you're gonna find what you want. It's not how it works. You gotta find someone who's stable. You gotta find someone who can take care of your family. You find someone that you're in love with, 9 times out of 10, that person's batshit crazy. Probably. That person probably is not even fit to raise a family. You know, they probably don't know how to do anything for the family. So you gotta find someone that's fit for your family, for your, you know, little clique that can actually do something for you guys. Like a woman who can care for you, a woman who can do all these things for you. You know, y'all don't look for that. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it, okay? It's not about your feelings. We get mixed up in our feelings. That's the problem. It's not about you. It's about what can come. You know, if you want a happy family and stuff like that, you gotta look for someone who can give you a happy family, not someone who can make you just feel something off of emotion. You can't think with emotions. You gotta think with logic.
I don't think most women think with logic.
I don't.
Crucify
I don't think with logic. You're right. You're right.
I love your honesty. That's why I brought you on here.
I don't think with logic. I could tell from what I've done. If I wasn't looking at myself, I could honestly say I wouldn't say this, but I look at myself a lot after, and I think about, why did I make that decision? Why did I do this? Why did I do that? And I can't blame anybody else but myself for certain things. So I know I personally don't think with logic.
Yeah, accountability. There's one thing that a lot of people lack. Accountability. It's always like, oh, I could have did this or that person. Sorry, I gotta adjust the camera because it's a little bit out of frame. But a lot of people point the finger a lot, and instead of pointing the finger back at themselves, you know. So yeah, I think that is a lot of accountability. You're putting on a really good argument for marriage. You're putting on a really good argument for marriage, but it still comes down to the point as where it's like, all of the things that you said can be done in a relationship.
It can be.
But it can be. It happens.
Statistically, men get married to not the woman that they loved. They don't. They get married with the person that they see fit for a family.
But that's bad.
You think that's bad? I don't think it's bad.
It's bad. It's bad for a relationship standpoint. For a humanity standpoint, no.
It's not. But you gotta think about humanity, though, right?
Fuck humanity. No, because for real. Because you only live one life, YOLO.
You don't get with the person that you love most. Everybody knows that.
That's not true. That's not true. You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to get with the person that you love most.
What the fuck am I in a relationship for?
You start making decisions off of emotions, and that could be risky, right?
Okay.
You gotta make decisions off of logic. Would this woman provide a happy life to my family? Would she make my kids happy? Would she be there for them? Can she do all these things? Is it an equal relationship? Agreed. You know, like, you gotta look for those things. Looking off for women that you feel things emotionally for.
No,
Yes.
it's not an emotional thing.
Yes.
It's not an emotional thing. For men,
Emotional.
I'm not even talking about me. I'm just talking about for a majority.
General
of men.
men look up for
I mean,
women
it's
that
not
they
about
feel off emotion for. Y'all like women who are crazy.
No, we don't. We want a woman that supports us, that's by our side. We want a woman.
No.
I'm telling you what we want. I'm
No,
a
y'all
guy. I'm
don't.
telling you.
No, y'all don't. And it's the
I'm
same
not
for
talking
women.
about the
It's
cornball.
the same for women.
We want
We love the men. Well, I love the men. All right. All right.
We want a woman that's by us, that's gonna basically the ride or die, whatever.
No.
Somebody that's gonna be by us.
No.
We want a woman that's fine. Because men are visual. We want a girl that got a fat ass and got big titties and stuff. We're visual.
You're right.
Okay? And we want a woman that can take care of our children. That means that they can cook for them and clean behind them and everything. Those are the three things. Woman that's down, a woman that look fine, and a woman that can take care of our children.
Y'all think off of emotion.
These are the three things
Y'all,
that we want.
y'all think of emotion.
We don't think about
Yes,
men
y'all.
are emotional.
Yes,
like
y'all.
that.
You guys are more emotional than us. You guys are. I've seen it.
It's not that men aren't emotional.
You guys are more emotional than women.
Elaborate. Go ahead.
I've seen men with women who just make them feel. It's more than just feeling things. Way
more than just feeling things. Go on. Explain yourself, because I need to know.
Damn, I don't even know how to explain myself. Forget it. Just forget it.
I feel like I feel like the men you're talking about are. I feel like the men you're talking about are emotionally empty, and they need to find themselves.
No. This is with every dude that I've been.
Do men have emotions? Yes.
Y'all got emotions.
We have
but
emotions.
Y'all act on you guys' emotions a lot.
Sometimes we care about the woman that we love.
Exactly.
We care about the
You
woman
can't think
that we
about
love.
the woman you love. You gotta get married to the woman you don't love.
No.
And women gotta get married to the men they don't love. It's not about love, okay? It's about building a family. It's about taking care of your kids.
Listen.
I don't want to hear it. Love is a figment of your imagination. Right? It does not exist.
Listen,
okay? No. It doesn't exist. Love doesn't exist. Okay? You guys can think that it exists. You guys want to exist. But I'm going to give you
topic that I didn't think I would have to talk about. I do
the truth.
Go ahead.
Love
Speak
don't
your truth.
exist. Okay, you guys see it in movies. You see them little fucking cartoons that you watch.
Okay.
You know, people that make you feel something or whatever. It don't exist. You're feeling off of something that's not really there, and you're gonna end up with someone that ruins your life.
I think that love does exist, but people skip those steps that I mentioned in the beginning.
I don't think it exists. I think Western culture made it exist.
No, I think movies do exaggerate it.
They exaggerate it, but they do it. I feel like they just put their ideas in your mind.
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
if
Just
you
like you
watch
think
it
you're
since
gonna
you
be
was
that little Disney princess and this Prince Charming is gonna come save you.
because I used to be like that.
No,
I had to learn the hard way.
But that's the first thing that sets women's expectations high.
It
does. I think that's the first thing that sets.
It doesn't.
But here's the thing. Like with just like you're saying, with all that, it just starts with those first steps. People skip those steps. You have to get to know a person.
Okay.
And you have to live with a person, because knowing a person and living with them are two different things. You're going to see every single thing that you don't like. And when you see people have their flaws, you have to learn what a person's flaws are and if you can deal with them. That's all a relationship is. Can you deal with if somebody has a problem can you deal with that particular problem for the rest of your life?
And what happens when you can deal with it? What that mean? You love them, right? If you can
Yeah.
deal with their flaws?
Yeah.
That's why you shouldn't love nobody. Right? You shouldn't love nobody.
No, that's a terrible way.
Don't put up with nobody's flaws. Make sure they're perfect.
Certain flaws you
Make
can't
sure
put
they're
up with.
perfect, right?
Nobody's perfect.
They'll be perfect enough for your family. If you really want it. They could.
There's
they
nobody that's perfect, though.
There's people that out there that might be perfect. For you.
Yeah, for you.
For you.
For you.
For
That,
you.
I agree with
But
that.
when you love someone, what do? You compromise.
Yes. When
compromise.
you love someone, you're very
compromise.
okay. When you love someone,
Okay.
you can be blind to certain things.
So when you get married, you can't marry someone that you love.
No, I
You gotta
was
marry.
not. I didn't
no,
say that. I didn't
no.
say that.
You can't compromise with your
No.
wife.
But you don't
You
love
can't-
somebody before you marry them.
Do that, huh?
You don't love somebody before you marry them.
Don't love someone before you marry them.
You don't see their flaws before you marry. That's the purpose of the steps that I mentioned. You're supposed to
Listen,
see those flaws.
I don't believe
You're supposed to see
I don't
everything that the
believe-
person is before you marry them.
marriage is a business. I don't believe in Western
Yeah, I
culture.
agree that marriage is
I
a
don't.
business.
I don't believe
That's why I don't
what
think it's
they,
necessary.
I don't believe what they show us.
So, do you think marriage is necessary?
I do think marriage is necessary.
So, all your arguments are
but
arguing
my
against
thing,
your own
no,
point.
no. It's not arguing against it. I just think that you shouldn't make decisions off of emotions. That's why I said you
completely agree.
shouldn't love someone a lot when you get married to them.
No, I think that.
No, love don't
This
exist.
is so funny because I thought I was going to come in this conversation wholly different. I didn't think I was going to talk about love and stuff.
Is non-existent. It doesn't exist.
It does
Get
exist.
it out your mind.
It does exist.
It don't exist.
This is very weird that I have to stop. I thought this was going to be a very different conversation.
No, it don't exist. Love doesn't
I
exist.
think love exists.
It don't. It
Yes.
just don't
But
even don't.
You got to get to know a person first and be with them and live with them.
You
and
can
everything.
put up with them.
And then after all of those things,
You can
you can marry them. Yes.
but you
right?
don't have to love.
What the fuck? You know what? That's where we end this video. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know some subjects you want me to talk about, and I can invite more guests. And thank you, Makita, for coming on to the show.
Post this? Oh
And-
damn!
Yes.
Sorry guys if you don't agree, because my ideas are way out of
They're gonna be people that agree with you and disagree with you no matter what you say.
Maybe I know that.
No matter what you say.
I know that, but I know there's gonna be a lot of people that.
You could be like, everybody should have $1 million in the world, and then somebody will come.
I know.
Hey, I don't think this is.
I've loved someone unconditionally, and I've learned that.
But I think that comes from. Well, that's a whole nother subject. See, just like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.
Mediocre. Everybody wanna be a rapper. You ain't real, but you play a role. Most of y'all pretty decent actors. I know real goons and they on the block. Hit it stained like they bleaching fabric. I'm a nice guy, but got a dark side. We could.